All right, good morning, good morning. So I hope everybody is enjoying their stay at home. Here is your halacha for the day. First of all, I want to reiterate what we have spoken about many, many times, and that is that a person has got to be careful about where he goes on the internet. So somebody was saying, "Look how good the internet is. Can you imagine what would this time be without the internet? Look how much Torah is going on along the lines." So I said, "Ulai, maybe the pshat in this entire thing, in this entire stay-at-home order, is just to kasher up the cables. Who knows how much tumah went on the cables? So now we're having a little bit of Torah go on the cables. All these shiurim are up on Zoom." But then I thought, do you know how much is going on the internet on this time as well? So therefore, a person has to make sure that he has this time when everybody's spending their entire times on the phone, on their internet. Then they have to go ahead and have a proper shmira. Everybody should stop the video now, and even if it means not going on YouTube again, but stop the video now and get some sort if he feels this is a problem, get some sort of a filter. This is not and why does it have to do with Pesach? This is not a bait and switch. I said it's going to be Hilchos Pesach. The answer is because, like we know, chametz is really the Yetzer Hara, and you have to get rid of chametz. You have to get rid of Yetzer Hara. So now we were talking about beer. Biur chametz has to do, there's two reasons why we do biur chametz. Number one, because there are some poskim who hold that biur chametz, that tashbisu, like we've been talking about, the only way you can be mekayim tashbisu is through a physical act of getting rid of it. So there's two mahalchim. Either you can get rid of it, like crumbling it up and throwing it down the toilet, or you actually have to burn it. You have to actually, because crumbling it up just makes the chametz inaccessible, but it doesn't actually destroy it. Some say you actually have to destroy your chametz, which is why we have the minhag to go ahead and burn our chametz on Erev Pesach. So L'maisa, we're makbid on that shita. When we find chametz on Pesach, we try to burn it. Another valid mahalach would be to go ahead and crumble it up. That you're not going to get all the opinions though if you do it that way. Another reason why we do biur chametz and destroy it and get rid of it is because we don't want you to have access to your chametz. We don't want you to have any access to the chametz, because let's say you do mechira, so you sell all the chametz. But you know what's going to happen? You might come to, by mistake, go ahead and pop it in your mouth. How many times do you just, on a fast day, I was once in a base medrash on a fast day, and in a very chashuv yeshiva, and suddenly I hear the distinct opening a can of soda, and in the middle of the base medrash. And I'm like, what was that? And turns out the guy totally forgot his fast day. So I'm like, okay, he's probably a diabetic or something like that. And he takes a swig, and his chavrusa tells him, hey, it's a fast day. And he's like, he spilled it all. So he totally forgot it was a fast day. Sometimes you see a can of soda right next to you, just open it up. So that we don't want that to happen when you are by chametz also. So therefore, we want beer. We prefer beer rather than mechira. That's why if you do sell your chametz, it's got to be taped up. You can't just sell like, okay, I'll sell a shelf in my refrigerator and I'll sell that stuff. Because next time you open the refrigerator and you see a nice wafer bar, you may go ahead on Pesach and pop it in your mouth. So it has to be completely closed up. You have to tape up that shelf. If you do want to sell a shelf, it's got to be taped off and clearly marked, and then it makes it inaccessible. So that's what beer helps for. So if a person is planning on selling his chametz, he should go ahead and sell it that way. So a person who is planning on selling his, let's say, a certain room, he's going to tape off that room. He does not have to do bedika for that room. Let us be clear. Because Pesach is coming up, and some people are making Pesach, and they're not going to be used to making Pesach. If you're selling a room, you don't have to do bedika for that room, as long as you. So you're going to tape it off, you're going to mark it off and say chametz, and mark it off and put all the chametz in that room, and then you're going to be able to sell it. I also want to be clear that when you go ahead and you go ahead and you clean your house for Pesach. Now, we have said this many times, but you have to just remind yourself, we're not spring cleaning. You don't have to go ahead and reorganize the books and put all the toys into certain things. And you could spend 30 hours cleaning just the toy closet. You don't have to do that. You go ahead, throw everything on the floor, make sure there's no wafer bars, and throw everything back in. You don't have to organize everything. There's no garage sales. Nobody's coming to a garage sale anyways. Just pick everything up on a truck and put it back in. You don't have to organize anything. There's no scrubbing walls, there's no scrubbing ceilings, there's no scrubbing floors. You just have to make sure there's no chametz there. That's all you gotta do. A brief check under your daughter's bed, that's enough. There's thousands of dirty tissues there and who knows what. Blow things around, make sure there's no chametz, and you're good. Next room, every room, a bedroom should not take more than, it could be 20 minutes to check a bedroom. It shouldn't be that long. Open up if you put a box of clothes, of old clothes, you don't have to go through it. Just check behind it, no chametz. Next, the only place that you have to be makpid on is the kitchen or the dining room, places that there you're going to have to, we'll talk about kashering. Kashering is a whole different story, and that we're going to talk about next time. Have a great day, continue to steig, and we will be in touch.